KP classes dedicated to excellence.
Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about an opportunity for government jobs in the state of Tamil Nadu. So there has been a recent notification from the Tamil Nadu Municipal Administration and Water Supply Department, where they have released a notification for various positions, and also there are some positions which are relevant for architecture and planning. And for the aspirants of architecture and planning government jobs, you have this option for assistant engineer in planning, where there are a total of 156 posts. For town planning officer of grade 2, there are 12 posts. And junior engineer in planning, there are 102 posts. And for all these posts, it is mandatory to have knowledge of Tamil, and you should be having bachelor's degree in either architecture or planning or civil engineering. So in this video, we will be going through all the details for the securement process, the qualification requirement, and all the further details of the recruitment process, the exam, the syllabus of it, and how to prepare for it. We'll be going through all these details in this particular short video. So a brief on the overview of this particular session. This particular video will be focusing on the details of the important dates first, and then we'll be going through the eligibility criteria, who all are eligible for these various posts, and also the exam details, what are the total number of papers, duration, marks, and the syllabus also, and finally how to prepare for this examination, and how we at KP classes are going to help you clear this examination for the requirement of various planning posts in the state of Tamil Nadu. So first things first, let us look into the details of the vacancies from the official notification. So this is a snippet of the official notification. You can also find the link for the official notification on our blog. You can find the link of it in the description of this video as well. Any queries you have, you can also get in touch with us on the number which is scrolling on the screen, or also available in the description of this video. As I told you, there are various openings, various posts, of which those posts of planning, or which are relevant for architecture and planning background aspirants, would be the post of assistant engineer, where you have a total of 156 posts like I told you, and you have planning officer, town planning officer grade 2, where you have a relevant post of 12, and you also have the post of town planning inspector junior engineer planning with 102 posts. So the eligibility for the assistant engineer, and also basically assistant engineer and corporation, and also municipality, for those posts the requirement is BArch or BTech or B-Plan. However, for junior engineer, it is only B-Plan for those with B-Plan background, or diploma in architecture would be eligible for this post. So we'll talk about the eligibility criteria in detail. You can also see the details of the pay scale on the grade pay for these particular posts. You can also check out these details in the official notification. Let me take you through the important dates first for this particular application. So as I told you, the official notification was released on 2nd of February, and the last date for the submission of the full application is going to be 12th of March, the next month. And also the availability of the website for your application, it would be from 9th of February. So from the time span of 9th of February to 12th of March, they also have mentioned the time, so please make note of it as well. Don't wait for the last moment or the last day. And the application portal will close at 5:45 p.m. on the 12th of March. And there's a correction window, there's a period where you can also make corrections in your application form. So you make a note and remember the important dates if you are eligible for these posts. The requirement or eligibility criteria, now who all are eligible for it. Firstly, with respect to age criteria, the maximum age limit is going to be 32 years for all the posts which I was mentioning, all the three posts which are relevant for planning, assistant planner, and also the junior engineer planning. For both the posts, it is 32 years the age limit. For those with which fall into other categories, or say for SC/ST categories, there is no age limit as per the official notification. You can check the further details on the relaxation of the age criteria in the official notification. As far as the educational qualification, other than age, as far as educational qualification, now this is important to understand if you are eligible for it or not. Firstly, if you look into the Assistant Engineer Planning in corporation, where you have, like I told you, you had a total of 156 posts for this, for this particular post. You have 156 openings. For this particular post, the requirement is degree, that is bachelor degree in planning or civil engineering or architecture. So that's the requirement of degree. And it is also mentioned clearly that for those who have a master's degree in planning, they would be given preference. So preference shall be given to those who have completed master's degree in planning, because there is interview also for this particular post. So the detailed requirement process will look into it. So a preference would be given for those who have a master's degree in planning as well, along with bachelor's either in planning or architecture or civil engineering. Similarly, you also have 12 posts, like I told you, are for assistant engineer planning or town planning officer grade 2. There are a total of 12 posts at this particular level, and for this also the requirement is same. It is bachelor's degree in planning or civil engineering or architecture or equivalent, and you should also possess a preference would be given for those who have a master's degree in planning. So it is again the same. So if you have done your bachelor's from any of these three fields, that is architecture, planning or civil engineering, and if you have a master's in planning, then you would have a fair chance of getting into it once you clear the examination. And the total number of openings also is it is a huge number, and obviously the number of applicants also are expected to be very high, so it's going to be competitive. But if you have a master's degree, you would be given preference, so that is something which you need to make a note of. Other than that, you also have junior engineer planning in municipality. For this post, there are 100 plus, approximately 102 posts. For this, the eligibility requirement, it is not BArch, but it is B Plan or Diploma in Architecture. So it is Diploma in Civil Engineering or Degree in Planning. So it is B Plan. So if you have a B Plan degree, or diploma in architecture or diploma in civil engineering, that is the eligibility requirement for these. So if you fall into this category, you will have an additional 100 posts for which you can apply. If you are only with someone who has BArch or B Plan or BTech in civil, not any other but only civil engineering, so if you are from these backgrounds, then you can apply for these 156 plus 12, that is 168 posts you will be eligible to apply, with a preference being given to those who have an MPlan degree as well. So that's with respect to the educational qualifications and the age criteria for these various posts which we are talking about. Now let us go through the details of the requirement process, the overall procedure which is expected to be followed as per the official notification. So there is a scoring for out of 510 marks which they are going to consider for your for your requirement into these posts. So let us try to understand, because there is a lot of confusion on the number of papers you need to write and the marks weightage and the number of questions in each of these. So if you look into the first part, so at an overview there will be two papers you need to write, paper 1 and paper 2. So it would be paper 1. Paper 1 is basically the part which has the maximum weightage of 300 marks out of all the sections. You have maximum weightage of 300 marks for this paper 1. And these 300 marks would be from your core subject based on your bachelor's. If you have done your bachelor's in architecture, then you will need to write architecture paper. So it's not a single paper for requirement into these posts. It is based on the degree which you have. So if you have done your bachelor's in planning, then you will need to attempt the town planning paper. If you have done your bachelor's in BTech with civil engineering, then you will need to attempt the civil engineering paper. So based on your bachelor's, you need to select the paper which you need to write under paper 1. They have given the paper codes of 101 for civil engineering, 104 for town planning, 105 for architecture. So if you are based on your bachelor's degree, you will need to select the appropriate paper for your paper 1, where you will be having a 3-hour examination with a total of 300 marks, and you need to get at least 204 marks. That's the cutoff which has been predetermined in the official notification. You can find these details. Other than that, you have the second paper. Now paper 2, Paper 2 is further something which has part A and part B. Part A of paper 2 will be an examination for Tamil eligibility test where you will be having 100 questions with a total weightage of 150 marks, which again is a 1.5 hour paper. So you can see part paper 2 is also for 3 hours, of which part A will be having 150 marks with 100 questions, which is Tamil eligibility test. Other than that, you have 100 more questions for again same weightage of 150 marks, which are based out of 75. So it's like 75 questions of general knowledge, 25 questions on aptitude and mental ability. So that's the distribution of the paper in the second part, the second paper, that is paper 2. So the exam date is also already mentioned. It is going to be on 30th of June. Both the papers, paper 1 and paper 2. So you will have one paper 1 in the morning session, paper 2 in the afternoon session, so on. So the details of the timings and all, you find it in the detailed notification, which is given to you. The link of the, you will find it as a link in the description of this video. So as far as the third step, so other than the examination with 300 marks for the core subject based on your bachelor's, 150 marks on Tamil eligibility test and 150 marks on general aptitude. Other than these, you will have a 60 marks of weightage for the interview, which is the last step. So the total weightage is going to be 510 marks. Based on your score out of these 510 marks, you will be recruited into these posts. One important point to make a note of over here is that it is important, it is mandatory for you to qualify the Tamil eligibility test, that is part A of paper 2. So only is it clearly mentioned, answer sheets of paper 1 and part B of paper 2 will not be evaluated if the candidate has not secured the minimum qualifying marks in part A, that is Tamil eligibility test, and the minimum qualifying marks is 60 marks out of 150, that is 40%. You need to score at least 40%, only then your remaining papers will be checked. Only for those candidates who have qualified the Tamil eligibility test. So that's an important point to be made note of. So the detailed syllabus of the Tamil eligibility test and also the general aptitude and also the general knowledge part and the core subjects, all these details are given in the detailed notification of this first particular requirement process. So that's an overview on the selection method which is to be expected for these posts. Now let me take you finally through the syllabus for the paper 1. Paper 1, like I told you, it has the maximum weightage and that will decide if you're getting into the post or not. The remaining ones also have a good weightage, but the maximum weightage is for your core subject based on your bachelor's. So there are so as I told you, there are 3 relevant papers. If you are from civil engineering background, you need to write the civil paper. If you are from architecture background, then this is the paper you need to write. The syllabus has a total of 10 points ranging from various topics of your architecture right away from first to final year. It covers all the aspects of architecture and some basics of planning. Like you can see, you have theory of architecture, history of architecture and culture, which covers both Western history, Indian history of architecture, and also the modern contemporary styles. You also have building materials, various construction material. The list is given in the detailed syllabus. Other than that, you also have building systems and services, which covers various building services, including lighting, acoustics, fire safety, HVAC systems, and so on. You also have basics of planning, like human settlement planning, urban studies, which covers urban design, urban housing, and conservation. You have environmental studies and landscape architecture. Then you have climatic design. You also have construction technology and project management, where you have topics like project network analysis, PERT, CPM. And finally, you also have professional ethics and tools for practice, which also includes the Council of Architecture guidelines for professional practice as an architect in the country. So all these are a part of your official syllabus, from which you will be having 300 marks of questions for 3 hour duration. That's going to be a paper 1. Other than that, if you are from B plan background, this is only with respect to bachelor's. So the paper you need to attend is determined based on which specialization do you have in your bachelor's. If your bachelor's is from planning, if you're from B plan background, then you need to attend the town planning paper, where you have various topics of planning ranging again from the most basic ones to the advanced topics, including introduction to planning theory and techniques. You have urban sociology, economics, geography theories, various urban planning theories. environmental studies related to planning, where you have the topics of environmental impact assessment and so on. You also have urban infrastructure network and planning issues. So urban infrastructure mainly covers topics like solid waste management, water supplies, sewage treatment and so on. You also have project formulation and implementation, planning, legislation and legal framework, issues of traffic and transport planning, remote sensing and GIS, and current trends and issues in planning. So these are the various 10 sections mentioned in the official notification for your planning examination or planning paper. Now again, I'm reiterating it, based on your bachelor's specialization, you need to select the paper for your paper 1. Other than that, paper 2, which includes Tamil eligibility test and also general knowledge and awareness, general ability, that is something which is mandatory for all the posts. So how to prepare for this examination? Now as you can see, the syllabus is vast and the date of examination is already announced that it is going to be on 30th of June. You can check the details in the notification to just be assured on all the aspects of the timing, the timing of the examination. All these are also already published in the official advertisement. You can check out those details. And if you are focused on preparing for these requirement examinations, and if you're from Tamil Nadu, if you have proficiency in Tamil and you are applying for these posts, and you plan out to have a focused preparation for the next 4 months, you can enroll into our classes, and we at KP Gate Classes will be providing recorded backup of all the lectures which we so it will be online classes where you will learn all these aspects of your paper 1, that is architecture or planning. Also, you will be having recorded backup of the lectures of history, polity and general knowledge, which will be also a part of your paper 2. So you will be also having access to all the recorded lectures of the sessions whichever are held on the mobile app. And other than that, in addition to this, for any requirement test, for any competitive examination, it is very important to have sufficient practice before you attempt that actual examination. And with that motive, we also would be providing you specific test series with the syllabus of this particular requirement process, particularly designed for this examination, with full length mocks and also sectional tests. And you will also be given reference study material which you can use as a resource for your self study, in addition to the lectures which you are going through from the online portal. So that's going to be a comprehensive study package with classes, online sessions with recorded backup, and other than that, you also have the study material and test series. For details on the for the batches for this particular architecture paper of paper 1 and also planning, the classes are starting from 15th of February. And to enroll into our classes, you can get in touch with us on the number which is displayed on the screen or in the description of this video. I hope if you are planning for this particular accounting process and you want to clear this examination, you should start away your preparation right away, and you can get in touch with us in this regard. Thank you very much.